What's up everyone, Kawaii here, and welcome to my playthrough of Grisaia Chronos Rebellion. This is part 9 of my Grisaia Chronos Rebellion playthrough series. If you haven't seen the other 8 parts, you can click the playlist link in the description down below. But yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off back in part 8, so without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, here we go. So, last playthrough where we left off, we see Class D basically infiltrating the going undercover in Nostra HQ and all that jazz. So yeah, that's all there is to report. Phew. I know I have to be careful that nobody overhears me, but it's a lot of work typing out my reports every day. Maybe I'll suggest that I only send a report whenever there have been any developments. I turn off my computer. Does one of the employees realize that we're snooping around? No, it's just as likely that somebody's just fooling around again, like Chiharu-san was before. I quietly get off the bed, making sure that it doesn't creak. After looking at my PC screen for so long, it's going to take a while for my eyes to adjust to the darkness. Whoever it is, are they trying to attack me? No, it could still be a prank. I don't know who's there, but this isn't funny. I chose those words carefully so they could be interpreted in several ways. But this person just tried to punch me. Damn. They really must have found us out. No, there's no way. There has to be some sort of misunderstanding. No, I don't think it's a misunderstanding, right? Is it? No, I think it probably is. Actually, I don't know. We'll just have to see. So I'm not a combatant. A direct confrontation is guaranteed to disadvantage me. Let's try something else. Here they come! While my assailant throws another punch, I grab their arm and give it a powerful yank, pulling them forward. This way, I can use their own power to break their balance. What? Instead of falling, my opponent smoothly leans forward and throws me over their hip. A judo technique. Oh no. Then I realize that they've got the upper hand. Well, judging by the very obvious look at CG, I think it's pretty fair to say who it is. But why would she attack Arata in the middle of the night? As a last resort, I try to wrap my arms around my assailant. Gotcha! Using the momentum of the throw, I grab them by the collar and pull them close. I know that voice. Is that you, Koyoi? How do you determine Koyoi's voice just by the sound of her little her little shriek, her little gasp? Like, what the hell? I quickly grab my phone and turn it on. The light from the screen allows me to identify Koyoi. Her face is bright red. What are you doing here in the middle of the night? Why are you sneaking around like that? Were you trying to sneak into my bed? I suppose it's very unlikely. Huh? I thought I was just grabbing her by the collar, but she's right. My hand is firmly pressed against one of her breasts. Cliche harem scenario. My bad. I didn't notice. Ouch. Huh? What was that for? That's not what I said. I was just spacing out because I was lost in thought. I was wondering if it's Serika's fault that I'm losing my common sense. I mean, you're trying to get into my bed. You trying to get into my bed was the first thing that came to mind. Either way, I didn't mean to imply that your chest is so small that nobody would notice it when touching it, Koyoi. I mean, that's not really... This is a funny discussion all, but that's not really the questions we should be asking. The real question is, why is Koyoi attacking Arata all of a sudden? What's going on here? She hides her chest with her arms and turns away from me. Now that I'm finally free to move, I turn on the lights. I was afraid that somebody had noticed a spy on them and come to settle the score.
今回は私だから良かったようなものの、あんな簡単に投げ飛ばされるなんて、さっき油断しすぎじゃない？
Oh, I suppose you weren't told about me?
どういうこと？
I gave Toya a brief summary about my own injury why I can't fight on the front lines anymore.
そんなことがあったのね。
You don't have to pity me for it. It could happen to anyone in our line of work, and I feel unlucky that I at least escaped with my life.
そう。
Well, I feel lucky that I at least escaped with my life. Koya gives a slight nod, but her expression remains glum. It really isn't uncommon for people to retire from active duty due to an injury. Maybe she feels guilty for having forced me to talk about it. The air is getting rather heavy, so I'll try to get back on topic. Anyway, you haven't told me what you're doing in my room in the middle of the night yet. Koya lets out a little gasp.
あなた、おかずが何かセリカに聞くように言ったでしょ。
What? I remember. I didn't feel like explaining it to her, so I decided to leave it to Serika.
訓練後のシャワーの時に聞いて、すごい恥ずかしい思いをしたのよ。セリカに聞いたことも、エルとフランにエッチな女の子と思われたことも。
I can imagine their reactions.
一発、いえ、5発くらいあなたを殴りたい気分になったわ。
Damn! She really took it that hard, huh? She glares at me again, but with her blushing face, she doesn't appear threatening at all. She must have been mortified when she found out what it meant.
次やったら、ただじゃおかないわよ。
Poor girl. You're leaving already?
そのつもりだけど、どうして？
You said you wanted to punch me 5 times, right? You only landed 2 hits so far. Hey, what's with that disgusted look?
そういう趣味の人じゃないの。
Whoa, okay. That's an awfully brave conclusion from a girl who didn't know what bukkake, who got flustered over hentai, who didn't realize what exhibitionism and bukkake were. Of course not. But you don't have to worry about my old injury. There's no need to hold back. I don't want to be treated with kid gloves, you know?
腫れ物。その気持ち、少しだけわかるわ。
Koya's expression clouds over. Maybe what I said reminded her of the way she's being treated at Kuji Gamine Academy. So feel free to give me another 3 punches. Don't worry about hurting me.
わかったわ。それじゃ、行くわよ。
Yeah, just don't hit me in the face.
わかってるわ。
Koya nods and proceeds to punch me in the chest. With immaculate accuracy, she hits the same spot 3 times. That's brutal.
これで今回の件はチャラね。
Did she hit you in the dick? Oh no, no, just the chest. You should be glad she didn't hit you in the dick.
まさき？え、ちょっと、私やりすぎた？
No, I'm the one who told you to do it. Don't worry about it.
本当に？
Of course, a real man doesn't hold back on his word.
まさきって変なところでいじっぱりよね。でも、そういうところ、私嫌いじゃないわ。
Well, okay then. Well, that's an interesting thing to say, Koyoi. Thanks for the compliment. But you will not sway me, Koyoi. Because obviously L is still the one for Arata. The pain didn't subside for several hours, resulting in yet another sleepless night. What do you mean? I usually see you here before training every day, don't I?
いや、いつもは別にいいんだけど、今日はよそで仕事した方がいいだろう。
Why? There's something going on? I'm well aware why Koga-san's saying this, but I played dumb just to make sure.
いや、ボスから朝話があったろ。
Oh, does this have to do with the business partners he's expecting today?
リビングで一人パソコンをいじってるとこ見られるのは印象が良くないだろ。仕事をしてるっつっても、傍目にはそう見えないかもしれないし。
You're more serious than I thought,
うっ
Koga-san.
せ。
We haven't been able to investigate the third floor yet, so I would prefer to stay here. Then I can at least catch a glimpse of Nostra's so-called business partners.
せっかくだ。まさきもちょっと銃ぶっ放してみるか。男なら銃の一発や二発撃ったことがないと思うてないぞ。
He kind of has shot a gun before, so... in other words, he's okay in that department. But I still have work left to do.
平気平気。ボスから何か言われたら、俺からもフォローするから。それに、銃の扱いを覚えておいて損はないだろう。
Would it look suspicious if I kept refusing? However, if I go along with him once, there's a chance he'll expect me to do the same in the future. That would interfere with our investigation.
悩むくらいなら来いよ。ほら。
Whoa, don't pull me like that.
いいからいいから、行くぞ。
Alright, just this once, okay? I make sure to tell Koga-san that this won't be a reoccurring thing before I follow him out of the living room. Woo! Looks like Nostra HQ got quite a sizable armory going on here. In the basement of the HQ, there is a shooting range large enough for all Nostra employees to practice at once. I feel like this is like one of the rare times where we actually do see guns on display in this game. The guns are well maintained and kept in pristine condition. I wasn't expecting the range to be small considering the size of the building, but I can't believe how extensive this place is. Wait, did I read this sentence? In the basement of the HQ, there is a shooting range large enough for all Nostra employees to practice at once. It definitely isn't inferior to Mihama Academy's facilities.
どうよ。すごいだろ。
Yes, I expected it to be messier, but I'm surprised how tidy it is.
なんだ。銃が放ってあると思ったのか。いくらズボラな俺らでも仕事道具は大切に扱うぞ。で、どうよ。なんか気になった銃はあったか。
Let me see. Handguns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns. They've got everything. Huh? I don't see the Glock and Beretta we got from the raid the other day. Is someone using them?
いや、あれはカスタムしてるからしまってある。
Kogo-san walks over to a locker beside the wall and opens it.
カスタムしたのは個人用か売り物だから自由に使えないようにしてある。
There are quite a lot of them. Do they really sell that well?
うちはオーダーメイドに対応してるからな。かなりの稼ぎになってるぞ。つうかお前、奪ったすべての銃を覚えてるのか？
I remember most of them, I'd say.
さてはお前、女がちょっと髪を切っただけでも気がつくタイプだな。
Well, I wouldn't know it's a simple trim. This kind of job, I get to see lots of guns, so that makes it easier for me to remember them.
それだけ銃のことを覚えてるってことは、少なからず興味あんだろ。気に入った銃があれば、俺がカスタムしてやるぞ。
No, it's okay. My job is doing research and data analysis, so I don't need one. Plus, I'd feel bad for loading more work onto you.
銃のカスタムは趣味みたいなもんだから、気にしなくてもいいぞ。だから、銃を一度ぶっ放してこい。んで、もう一回返事を聞く。
You're determined to turn me into a gun nut, huh? Hey, man. Not a bad life. It's not a bad thing to be interested in. As a gun nut myself, of course. I thought I could brush him off with a joke, but the glint in Koga-san's eyes tell me that he won't leave me alone until I've shot a gun. What should I do about this?
まさけこんなところで何してるの？仕事は？
Kogo-san insisted that I join him.
おい、その言い方だと別の意味にも捉えられるじゃねえか。
Wasn't that your intention?
俺、既婚者だから、その手の趣味はないから。
Not that alone time. I wasn't gonna take it there. Good lord, dude.
というか、なんか用があって来たんじゃないのか？
スライドが少し鈍くなってきたのでメンテナンスをお願いしようかと思って。
ほんじゃ、明日までに直しておく。
ありがとうございます。
そうだ。今宵も手伝ってくれよ。
何をです？
What kind of gun do you use, Koyoi? Tell us!
こいつさ、なかなか銃を撃ちたがらないんだよ。
Koyoi immediately understands since I told her about my condition the other day. If she manages to convince Koga-san somehow, I'll be able to get back to work in the living room.
で、まさきに銃を撃ってるところを見せてやってくれないか？
それ私じゃなくて古賀さんがやってもいいじゃないですか。
いや、百発百中の今宵が見せてくれた方が興味を持ってくれるだろう。
I agree that Koyoi's accuracy is impressive. Her moves are incredibly graceful as well.
正確って言っても的が動いてないからであって。
But your aim is just as accurate when you're up against real enemies, isn't it?
それは相手の体勢から次の動作を予想したり、あえて外して打って行動を制限したり、狙いを定めやすくしてるからで。
Damn. I don't think that's something most people could do so easily.
何か勘違いしてない？そういう狙い方をしているってだけで確実にできるわけじゃないわよ。
But your success rate is quite high, isn't it?
まあ、そういう想定をして毎回トレーニングしてるし。
Through hard work, Koya has acquired a unique ability to handle a wide variety of different situations. I mean, that's still pretty amazing what she's doing, what she be doing. I mean, yeah, she's predicting their next move from their stance, like, and then limiting their range of action by missing them on purpose, and then afterwards, I'm assuming if the fight goes on, then she'll end up shooting them in the arm or leg, right? So not only do you have to like predict their next move, but then you also have to like, I mean, it's insane. Doing all that while intending to shoot them in the arm or leg, even though that's already hard enough to do, like, damn. Not many people at Kujigamine are willing to work with her, so having no points of reference, Koyoi doesn't seem to be aware of how remarkable her ability is. You really are amazing, Koyoi.
もう、何なのよ、急に。
何照れてんだよ。いや、そんな赤い顔で睨まれても怖くないぞ。
Koga just took the words right out of Arata's mouth.
あもう、調子が狂うわ。
まさきが今宵の力量に惚れ込んでると分かったことだし、教えてやれって。
これ
Good lord. I don't think I can expect Koyoi to help me out of this situation. Alright, since you're offering, why don't you show me how it's done, Koyoi?
ええ、わかったわ。
Accept the gun that Koga-san offers me and step onto the range.
じゃあ、構えてみて。
Ah, here we go. Finally, a gun CG. When I aim the gun, Koyoi moves to stand behind me and expects my stance.
狙っているのは上半身？
Yeah, it's the widest part, so I figure it'll be easier to hit.
この銃は少し反動が強めだから、もう少し下に構えた方が上半身に当てやすいかもしれないわね。
You know something I haven't noticed? I did notice, but I haven't pointed out yet. Are those really his abs? Like if those are really Arata's abs, then wow. I'm giving Yuji a run for his money because I don't think Haruto has these kinds of abs. And I know if we saw, I know Yuji has abs. I'm pretty sure Yuji has abs. In fact, we saw Yuji with abs during at least the Fruit of Grisaia anime adaptation. Anyways,
おいおい、いくらなんでもそれは貧弱すぎるだろ。
I'm pretty sure it is.
あ、真面目にやってるんですから、ちゃちゃ入れないでください。
うい。
A bit lower, huh? But how low exactly? I'm not sure.
こればっかりは何度も試して感覚を覚えてもらうしかないけど、そうね。
Koyo presses her body against my back and grabs onto my arm. Another classic harem scenario. Koyo?
ちょっと調整してるんだから動かないで。
I don't mind if you don't, but I can clearly feel two modest but very soft mounds pressing against my back.
じゃあ続ければよ。
Don't mention it. Don't mention Aaron. Don't say anything, Arata. Just enjoy the moment. Right.
それじゃあこの高さで打ってみて。
Pull the trigger like I'm told. Wait, I just realized, shouldn't they be wearing... I'm assuming they're wearing, like, hearing protection, right? Like, maybe some earbuds? The bullet hits the target only slightly off the point I was aiming at.
いい感じね。
Tumbling to think that Koya allows me to succeed by taking into account both my physical condition and the gun's specifications.
ほんの少しだけど軸がブレたわね。もっと脇を締めて。
Koya presses herself against me again and reaches around my sides. I'm starting to worry a bit about how weak my stance is. And I have a feeling your stance is going to be even weaker considering the situation you're in.
ちょっとぼーっとしてないで脇を締めて。
Yeah, I think something's tightening, alright. Okay. Every time Koya notices another area to improve, she corrects me in a similar manner. My accuracy has certainly improved.
今の感覚を忘れないで。実戦では同じ体勢で打てないことの方が多いだろうけど、感覚を叩き込んでおけば狙ったところを打てる可能性が高くなるわ。
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Arata will have no problem forgetting what this feels like.
なんだろうな、この茶番感は。
茶番感？
Oh my god, Kogo's gonna say it, isn't
い
he?
や、だってよ、今宵がまさきに抱きついてイチャついてるようにしか見えないぞ。
Yeah, there we go. God damn it, Kogo, you just had to point it out, doesn't you? Don't you? You just had to point it out. Koya finally realizes the embarrassing situation she's in. Her face turns bright red and she hurriedly jumps backward.
変な勘繰りはやめてください。私とマサキはそういう関係じゃないです。そもそもマサキは私のことを女として見てないですし。
そうなのか？
I don't remember saying anything like that.
私の胸を触っても顔色一つ変えないなんて異性として意識してない証拠じゃない。今思えばあの時の考え事していたっていう言葉も本当かどうか。
I mean, isn't it better that way? Is that way you guys can maintain a professional relationship? Wait a second, just listen to yourself. Do you have any idea what you're saying?
まさき、女心が分かってねえな。要はあれだろ？お前らは昔そういう関係だったの。けどまさきにはその気がなくて別れた。でも、今宵の方はまだ未練がある。
違う。
He's right. Koya and I aren't like that.
ほーん。否定するのは関係だけか。
What else is
っ
there?
てことは、胸を揉んだのは事実なんだな。
揉まれてないです。触られただけです。
いや、大した違いはないだろう、それ。
大違いです。
まあ、若いうちは抑えられないものってあるよ
ちょっと一人で勝手に結論付けないでください。
な。安心しろ。このことは俺の胸の中に留めておくから。
だから
おーい、銃のメンテ頼みたいんだけど。ってなんだ、盛り上がってるな。
青春してたんだなって話をちょっとな。
Koya stops herself from protesting. We can't let these strange rumors spread any further. Give it up. He's not going to let it go. Well, that was something.
マスター、お疲れ様です。
At least we finally get a gun CG. Are you done with your training?
はい。
I didn't realize it was this late already. Just as I'm about to check the time,
ボス、お疲れ様です。
Boss appears in the living room along with 4 people I've never seen before. Apparently his guests haven't left yet. It's too bad I can't take photos with them using my PC or smartphone, but I still want to learn whatever I can about them. They're all dressed in suits, giving off the same intellectual vibe as the boss himself. Notice that everybody is carrying a large suitcase. Did they travel here from another prefecture? Mr. Ogami informed me that Nostra likely has ties with various terrorist groups. Could all these people be representing different organizations? So much information that I'm still missing. Are these your guests that arrived this morning, sir?
ああ、彼らが私たちの仕事を手伝ってくれているパートナーだよ。
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Masaki Arata. These are Elle, Sarika, and Flan. 3 girls bow while I introduce them.
若い子が増えたらますます賑やかになりそうですね。
One of the men, who is wearing rings on all of his fingers, addresses the boss in a friendly tone.
ああ、サリアも懐いてくれて、食事時なんか笑いが絶えないよ。
Oh man. Wearing rings on all of his fingers. We got a real pimp over here. Next you're gonna tell me he wears a gold chain and is carrying around a cane.
それは羨ましい。君たちの仕事ぶりはよく聞いてるよ。
The man glances at his
時
watch.
間があればもっと話したいところだったんだが、予定が詰まっていてね。
Now that he said that, I can't keep them here any longer. I wish I could have gotten more information out of them.
次の予定が決まったら連絡するよ。
楽しみに待ってます。
That luggage looks pretty heavy. I was wondering what those large suitcases are for.
ああ、あれはお土産を入れるためのものだよ。
The goodies, sir?
わざわざ足を運んでくれたんだ。手ぶらで帰らせるのは失礼だろ。
Oh, I see. I figured it was because they traveled a long way to get here.
彼らは県外から来たから遠方といえば遠方だね。
Or are they giving them guns? That's a rather vague way to put it. It doesn't tell me where they've come from exactly or what their base of operation is.
君たちも何か欲しいものがあれば買うから遠慮なく言ってくれて構わないよ。仕事に必要なものでも娯楽用品でも何でもね。
Thank you very much, sir. I might take you up on that when I need something.
さあ、汗を流しておいで。もうそろそろサリアが帰ってくる時間だ。
In the end, I wasn't able to obtain any information regarding Nostra's business partners.
さて、今日の仕事先はマサキが挙げた組織ファルコネだよ。
Falconet.
おお、よかったな、まさき。
Thank you. Falconet. I don't think it's as powerful an organization as Nostra is. That probably means we won't be enlisting the help of any partners this time. Well, I wasn't expecting things to be easy.
じゃ、今日はお祝いを兼ねて派手に暴れますか。
So are we just gonna gloss over the Benito thing? Are we just gonna completely forget about that? So is Benito, because I'm still like, I feel like there's still more questions surrounding the last organization that they infiltrated, Benito. Like, is it really just some small-time organization that Thanatos just doesn't know about? What was that girl? I mean, I guess she was a Benito gangster. A Benito assassin. Whatever.
いや、俺らいつも派手に暴れてるだろ。
まあ、今回はまさきの仕事が初採用された記念に、段数制限はなしでもいいか。いいね、全部使い切ろうぜ。
Damn.
それだと成果物を入手してもマイナスになるんじゃ。 うちには良識人がいないのかしら。
そういや、今回もそっちは俺らと別行動か？
That would be nice. We defeated fewer enemies than your group last time, so we need to make up for it.
お、強気だね。
じゃ、競争すっか。全員、準備はいいな。
Togo-san glances at all of us. We nod.
よーし。一丁、派手に暴れようぜ。
マスター、潜入完了しました。
They're reusing the same background that they used for the Benito raid. Good. Like I said during the briefing, try to defeat as many enemies as you can.
事前の説明。
Before we departed for the Falconet HQ, Master summoned me to his room. There's no need for you to gather intel on the rival organization this time.
わかりました。
Instead, I want you to focus on Koyoi. See if she's still able to shoot enemies like she used to.
今宵のことをですか。
Remember how she suddenly collapsed while on the job before?
親子を装った敵と遭遇した時のことですよね。覚えています。
Koyoi seemed fine during training, but I want to make sure that she won't have any trouble in real
マスター
combat.
質問していいですか。
Go ahead.
仮に今まで通り撃てなかったとしても、潜入の任務には影響が少ないと思うんですが。
Not our current mission, no. However, since we don't know when we might have to go head to head against Nostra or even Hades, I want to be aware of Koya's current condition. May take time for her to recover, and if she's unable to fight the way she used to, we will need to change our strategies.
なるほど。わかりました。今宵のことを気にかけてみます。エル、どうかした？いえ、今回の作戦を再確認していました。再確認？今回は特に凝った作戦ではなかったと思うけど。エルルンは心配性なだけだよ、おやちゃん。セリカは感覚に頼りすぎ。確認大事。今回は殲滅優先ですし、気を引き締めていきましょう。これでこのフロアの敵は全滅かな。みたいね。
During the battle, Koya doesn't seem any different than usual. Considering how worried Master was about her, maybe I should observe her a little longer.
エルルン、どうかした？いえ、いつ見ても今宵の仕事ぶりは見惚れるなと思いまして。ちょっと何急に。褒められただけで赤面。ちょろい。
As we saw during that scene in the shooting range.
そういう言い方やめて。もうみんな仕事中なんだから集中しようよ。え？何？いえ、セリカがまともなことを言うとなんか
Wow.
ちゃんとしないとまずいって痛感する。ひどい。まあ二人の気持ちもわからなくもないわね。付き合いの浅い今宵ちゃんまで。もう早く仕事を再開するよ。結果を残して師匠からご褒美もらうんだから。真面目だったんじゃなくてただの私欲だった。
Of course. There's only two things that go through Serika's mind clearly. Justice and Master. The raid goes without a hitch, so that night, we hold a party to celebrate my impressive achievement. Or at least, that's what it's supposed to be.
いやー、飲んだ。
じゃあ、後片付けは頼んだな、まさき。
What?
今日の仕事、意気込んでたのに俺らに撃破数で負けただろ。だから罰ゲーム。
Oof. It's a bit strange to make the supposed star of the party take care of the cleanup afterward. Besides, we're not the ones who got drunk and made this mess. Fine then.
素直でよろしい。じゃあ、あとはよろしく。
After drinking their fill, the senior employees return to their room in high spirits.
マスター、手伝います。
It's fine. You should go to bed.
撃破数で負けた罰ゲームなんでしょ。なら私たちもやるわよ。ゴミ袋を取ってくるね。私は洗い物を手伝うわ。では私とマスターで食器を持っていきます。
Since they insist, we start cleaning up the living room together. While we're collecting the dishes, I softly call out to Elle. Elle, do you notice anything unusual about Koya during the mission today?
いえ、特には敵を撃つのにためらう素振りはなかったですし、今まで通り的確に無力化させていました。
So at this point, it's pretty obvious that it it has something to do with the I guess the sight of the mother and the child, crying and stuff. So I guess it's just specific to that type of scenario. Okay. And it should be safe for me to assume that there aren't any problems. At least not for now. But I still want to know what caused her to break down like that. I've listened to Elle's report the other day. I have a pretty good guess, but...
ゴミ袋を持ってきたよ。
Thanks. You leave them there. I'll clean up the trash after taking the dishes to the kitchen.
じゃあ僕が片付けますね。マスター、質問してもいいですか？
After glancing around to make sure that Serica can't hear her, Elle quietly addresses me. What is it?
今宵が抱えてる問題のことがそこまで気になってるのに、なぜ直接聞かないんですか？
Everyone has things they don't like to be asked about. I'm sure you know how that feels now.
ああ、そうですね。たまにセリカとフランに私のことを知ってもらうのが怖い時があります。
I'm not even Koya's handler, so I feel like it's not my place to ask her such invasive questions. Looking after Koya is the job of her handler at Kujigamine, but I know that he treats her like she's a burden. Maybe I need to do something after all.
飲みすぎて頭痛い。
Well, you were drinking like a fish last night.
いや、祝いの席なんだし、そら飲むだろう。
死にそうな顔してるな、有馬。
Good morning.
Oh.
Are you skipping training in order to work today, Koga-san?
ああ、昨晩は仕事せずに飲みまくってたからな。今日は丸一日メンテすることになりそうだな。
I assume Chihara-san will be working too then.
いや、昨日は仕事道具を使いすぎて在庫が切れかかってるから、外に回す分はないよ。
I see. That means that nobody will be on the second floor.
まさき、千原さんの部屋に潜入完了したわ。
I want you to try and find information on any organizations he's in contact with.
となると、探すべきはスマートフォンとパソコンよね。
I take a brief look around the room and spot a laptop. I don't see a phone, but there could be one hidden in the drawers or something. There's a bag left lying on the floor. I'll take a look inside, checking for a phone.
ここにはないみたいね。あとは
I open the closet and check the pockets of the clothes inside.
ここにもなしか。残りはデスクの引き出しくらいだけど。ん？
Did you find something?
デスクに鍵付きの引き出しがあったわ。少し待ってね。鍵が開けられないか試してみるわ。
I pick the lock, just like I did with the room's door, and open the drawer. There, I find something.
2台目のノートパソコン？
So he has two laptops. It could be a work computer and a personal computer. Common sense would dictate that the one locked away inside the drawer is the work laptop.
じゃあそっちをハッキングすればいいのね。
Yes, if you could. I reached into my pocket for the USB stick that Masaki gave me before I entered this room.
念のためもう一度確認するけど、 この USB メモリを差し込むだけでいいのよね。
Yeah, just plug it in and the program on the drive will automatically bypass the security, collect data, and transfer it.
わかったわ。
Gotta love future tech. Gotta love technology. Plug the USB stick into the laptop. The activity light starts
こ
blinking.
れで、あとは勝手に情報を集めてくれるのよね。
I don't know a lot about computers, so I'm still a little worried. But I have to do everything within my abilities right now.
まさき、仕込みが完了したわ。私は引き続き部屋の中を調べてみるわね。
Thanks. Please do. While Koya is investigating the room, I take a look at the data that's been being transferred. I was hoping to find email addresses belonging to Nostro's business partners, but I don't see any. Are they communicating through a channel other than email? I press the escape button to close the window I was looking at.
なんだ、またリビングで仕事してるのか。
Good afternoon, Jaruu-san. Are you done with training already?
ボスに仕事を頼まれてな。
That's a bit sudden. What could it be?
昨日の仕事で俺らがはっちゃけるって分かってたボスが、パートナーから銃を分けてもらったらしいんだが、それが想像以上に多かったらしくてな。急遽仕事しなきゃなんなくなったわけ。
This is bad news. Keeping one eye on Chihara-san, I sent Koya a hurried message.
正木新よりメッセージを受信しました。千原さんが部屋に戻る。退避しろ。
Oh shit. Take a quick glance at the laptop.
まだアクセスランプがついたまま。まだデータの回収が終わってないわ。もう少し引きつけてて。
Ugh. It's really difficult to stop somebody when they're about to start working, but I have no choice but to try. There's something I've been wondering about for a while. How do we decide who to sell our goods to?
適当だけど、
What kind?
片っ端から声かけて、食いついた組織と交渉するって感じだな。
Do you tell them the price of the goods off the bat?
一応な、カスタムを要求されたら値上げするけど、
I see.
俺の仕事に興味あるなら見学させてやろうか。どうした？
Nothing. Chihara-san, are you inviting me to your room with ulterior motives?
なわけあるか。たく、ボスから受けた案件だからさっさと済ましたいし、もう行くぞ。
Seems like I can't keep him any longer. I sent Koya another message telling her to retreat immediately. Sorry, I was just joking. I'd appreciate it if you would allow me to observe.
邪魔だけはするなよ。
Understood. Just as I'm about to give up and pull out the USB stick, the activity light goes off. I quickly pull it out and shove it into my pocket before returning the laptop where I found it. After checking if it's placed exactly as it was before, I close the drawer.
あとは部屋から出れば。嘘、もう。
With no time to think, I dive for the only hiding spot I can see, under the bed.
ああ、適当なとこに腰掛けてくれ。
Oh, so the bed, the underside of the bed was big enough for a person to hide in.
俺は仕事の準備。ゴロキョロしてどうした？
I was just thinking that your room is a lot more normal than I imagined.
なんだ、サーバーでも持ってると思ったのか？特に凝ったことはしないし、仕事用とプライベート用のパソコンしか持ってないよ。
I want to let Masaki know where I am, but right now I'm too afraid to even breathe. All I can do is keep on hiding. You're turning on the AC? Not that hot, is it?
頭を使う仕事は部屋をキンキンに冷やしてやりたいんだ。冬に食べるアイスって夏とは違った格別さがあるだろ？そんな感じ。
Huh. But isn't this a bit much? I'm getting cold.
ここは俺の部屋。お前はゲスト。仕事をするのは俺。お前は見学者。
Well,
だから俺のルールに従ってもらうぞ。
well, I really can't fault him there. Fine.
じゃ、仕事を始めるか。
Do you always leave your work computer out on your desk?
同じ仕事してる連中に見られても別に困らないしな。なんなら プライベート用の方が見られたら困るだろう。
そんな、じゃあ今回の潜入は無駄だったってこと？
Huh. Thought is making me dizzy, and the cold air from the air conditioner isn't helping
じ
either.
ゃ、早速やりますか。
So, what she's been sending Arata was just information from his personal laptop? Maybe you could still have some valuable information? I'm not sure how much time has passed since Shihara-san and Masaki started working. The room isn't just cool anymore, it's absolutely freezing. You're sending a lot of messages, aren't you?
うちが扱う商品は質価格どちらも評判がいいからな。今回は興味を持った組織がいつも以上に多いし、こりゃ徹夜かな。
I'd love to keep observing for a while longer, so would you mind turning the AC down a bit?
だっだ。仕事前にも言ったが、俺のルールに従ってもらう。
Right. Can't even move my body to check the time right now, but maybe I could slip out when they go to eat dinner tonight.
まずい、お嬢様のお迎え。
Oh shit, poor Saria. I'll be back in a few minutes. Should have retreated immediately at Masaki's first warning, but because I stayed too long, things are about as bad as they can get.
どうしよう。
Nostra finds out who I really am, then Masaki and the others will be in danger too, because I'm the one who introduced them. This is all my fault. Horror, can you hear me? You don't have to reply. I don't want Chiara-san to find you. I asked Elle to pick up Saria in your stead. He'll come up with a reason why you're not there, so don't worry about that. I'll definitely get you out of there. Just hang in there a little longer. One of Masaki's words seemed to seep into my chilled
あ
body.
りがとう、お酒。
I silently express my gratitude as I await to be rescued. Koya has been stuck in Chara's-san's room for 7 hours! Holy moly! God, what if her stomach starts rumbling? Chara-san is still working. Jeez. Can't imagine the amount of, like, fear and anxiety she's experiencing right now. Like, if she so much as, like, sneezes or coughs, like, it's all over for her. Even though the AC isn't blowing cold air directly on her, I'm still worried about Koya getting hypothermia if she has to stay still in that cold room for much longer.
まだ仕事終わらないのか？
Like, if she so much as breathes too hard, like, it can compromise the whole mission.
買いたいって組織が複数あって、なかなか話がまとまらなくてな。
飯はどうする？
ここで食う。
Oh my god, are you serious?
なん
Ugh.
じゃ、晩飯持ってきてやるから待ってろ。まさきもここで食うのか？
Yes, please. This is all very informative, so I'd like to keep studying a bit longer.
二人分の飯持ってきてやるから待ってろ。
He's even planning to eat dinner in his room. I try to get him to drink more liquids, but he's still not getting up to go to the bathroom either. At this rate, there won't be any chances to get Koya out of here. Worst case scenario, she'll be stuck here all day. I'm worried about her physical condition, but all I can do is believe that she'll pull through. Yan Chara-san didn't leave his room even once until morning. What the hell's with this man? This guy doesn't even sleep? The drawn-out negotiations have finally come to a close, with Chara-san having found buyers for all the goods. Good job.
最後まで付き合ったのに、まさきはまだ元気そうだな。
It was really interesting, so
俺は腰も肩もバッキバキだよ。
why don't you go take a nice long bath? That always helps a sore back.
なんかジジイ扱いされてる気がして尺だが。そうだな。風呂でも入ってさっぱりしてくるか。
Yes, please get the fuck out of this room.
まさきはこの後どうするんだ？
I don't want to forget everything I've learned, so I'll go and review it immediately.
バカさ言ったらしい。
Chara-san keeps grumbling at me when we leave the room.
もし何か気になることがあれば遠慮なく聞いてくれ。
Thank you. Chiara-san heads to the bathroom, and I return to my own room for a moment. For the moment. L. Chiara-san just went downstairs. Can you see him?
はい、ちょうど降りてきました。
Alright, then I'll go and get Koya out. If it looks like Chiara-san might head back, try to keep him there.
了解しました。
Boy, where are you? Please tell me she fell asleep or something. I heard a soft whimper coming from underneath the bed, and then I spot a small hand sticking out. That's where she's been. Koi, are you okay? I pull out, she looks worse for wear. Her face is incredibly pale and her lips are purple. Koi, can you grab onto me? She puts her head on my shoulder, but her grip is weak. Just hanging on a little longer. I scoop her up in my arms, feeling exactly how cold she is. Then I hurriedly carried her to her room. Jeez, poor girl. I gently lay Koi down on her bed. Koi, do you have a warm blanket somewhere here? Somewhere?
そう。
She feebly points to the closet, where I find a blanket. I take it out and pull it over her. I'll go and get you something warm to drink. Sheesh.
マスター、入っていいですか？
Yeah,
今宵の様子はどうですか？
her body temperature is still too low. She's still shivering.
そうですか。マスターは大丈夫ですか？
Me?
はい。あまり元気がないように見えるので。
Oh, I'm fine. Why are you staring at me like
家
that?
庭の話をしてもいいですか？
I don't mind, but where's this coming from?
ハンドラーであるマスターから見て、私たちはまだまだ未熟者で手のかかる子供のような存在かもしれません。けど、そんな私たちでも全員で力を合わせれば少しはマスターの支えになれると思うんです。
Oh.
ですから、もし困った時や弱音を吐きたい時があれば私たちを頼ってください。私もセリカもフランもマスターを支えるためならどんな苦難もいといません。
What a good girl Elle is. Elle's impassioned speech leaves me blinking in surprise. I must look like a moron. Elle's face gradually turns a deep shade of crimson.
私は今宵の代わりにサリアの相手をするので戻ります。何かあれば呼んでください。
What a good girl. After making a quick excuse, Elle leaves the room, walking at a brisk pace. I thought I was acting no different from usual. Was I letting my exhaustion show on my face after all? Not much of a handler if I'm making Elle worry about me like this. Oi, oi?
嫌だ。やめて。
Is she dreaming?
さい。
Oof.
ごめんなさい。
Oi, oi!
ごめんなさい。
Oi, oi!
まさき。
Are you okay? It looked like you were having a bad dream.
私、何か言ってた。言ってくれて構わないわ。
You were apologizing, saying, I'm sorry over and over.
そう。
Koi wraps her arms around her slender
あ
torso.
の時のことが夢に出てきたわ。もう長いこと、あの時のことは夢に出てこなかったのに。
Take it easy today. If you need anything, I'll be here for you. Strong.
いえ、その、
Well, she's blushing, so that means her body temperature is back to normal, right? Her body temperature is raising.
男の人に寝顔を見られるのは、
You really are a girl, huh?
この
Koi blushes again and launches a punch at me. Hey! That's not the... That's one over the amount of punches we agreed on. The impact is so weak that I barely even feel it, making me realize just how much of a toll this ordeal has taken on her. Don't worry, just go to sleep. I'll have Elle and the others take turns watching over you.
余計な一言がなければかっこいいのに。
Hey, he rescued you and then put her and then carried you over to, you know, your room, took care of you. Isn't that gentlemanly enough? It's me. Can I come in?
ええ、どうぞ。
How are you feeling?
ええ、だいぶいいわ。
Let me see.
ちょっと、
Seems like your body temperature is back to normal. What's wrong?
どうしたって急に顔を近づけられたから。
Just checking your temperature. There's nothing. That's nothing to be embarrassed about, is it? Hmm? Do you think I was going to kiss her or something?
そんなことしなくても体温計という道具が。
She stutters, her face turning beet red. She's completely flustered. Do we even have one? I suppose there might be one for Sarah. Boy, if you don't... Let's be real, Arta. You're just exercising your status as a harem protagonist, as a pseudo harem protagonist. You know exactly what you're doing.
ねえ、もしかして私を部屋に運んだ時もその額を合わせたの？
Nah, back then I could tell you had hypothermia by how pale you were, so I didn't check.
そう、
Would it bother you if I had?
私の知らないところで変なことをされてないか心配だっただけよ。
I feel like Frontwing is really pushing the Koyoi X Arta ship. Honestly, at this point, I don't really blame anybody for shipping them. Although me personally, I feel like I still want to attach myself to the L and Arta ship. I never do anything like that.
そういう人じゃないって分かってるけど、まさきだって男の人だし、もしかしたら気の迷いとかあるかもしれないじゃない。
I understand what you're trying to say, but please calm down. You're not fully recovered yet.
ごめんなさい。
We'll prepare you something to eat. So why don't you take some time? Why don't you take some deep breaths in the meantime?
それでね、りんちゃんにサリアは言い返したの。
When I come back with some food, Koi is talking with Saria. Sorry, but can I borrow Koi for a moment?
いいよ。
Here, this should give you some energy.
パンケーキだ。
Holy moly! Arta, you went to great lengths.
いいよ。
Man, that actually does look pretty good, I must say.
普通こういう時に持ってくるのは桃缶とかじゃないの？
Pancakes have sugar in them too, don't they?
いや、桃缶で補給するのは糖分じゃなくてビタミンでしょ。
Don't worry, honey has plenty of vitamins in it too. Plus, you got all these like fruits like strawberries and blueberries. Even more vitamins and bananas. Come to think of it, pancakes are a pretty nutritious meal if they have both sugar and vitamins.
まさき、あなた、頭大丈夫？
By the way, fun fact, botanically speaking, bananas are considered berries, but strawberries are not. Let that sink in. She seems to be seriously questioning my intellect, but if she's able to react to my jokes like this, that means that she's finally back to her old self. She should be fully recovered soon. Zaria is a lot less talkative than usual. Her eyes are fixated on the pancakes.
お嬢様も食べますか？
これは今宵が元気になるために食べるものでしょ。
I can make some more if you want.
今のお腹の音、サリアのじゃないよ。
Ah, then it must have been. Well, Koyoi, I think this is a surefire sign that you need to eat those damn pancakes.
私じゃないですよ。
Bull fucking shit. Not very convincing if you say it while blushing.
サリアとマサキじゃないなら、今宵しかいないよ。今宵、自分 分で食べられないくらい元気ない？
そんなことないですよ。安心してください。
本当？
はい、本当です。お嬢様？
心配だからサリアが食べさせてあげる。
Oh.
え？
だよ、今宵。
いえ、でも。
Come on! Boy shoots a glance at me. Maybe she feels embarrassed that I'm seeing her like this.
今宵まさきに食べさせてほしいの？
Yes!
もう恥ずかしがらずに言えばいいのに。
違います。
If that's what you wanted, you should have just asked. Here, say
あなた、分かってて悪乗りしてるでしょ。
It's, at this point, it's like, it's a given. It's a job description for all Grisaia male main protagonists to tease their females. Huh? What do you mean? It would be a waste to let the pancakes go cold. You should hurry up and eat them.
そうだよ、今宵。食べ物は粗末にしちゃダメなんだよ。
わかりました。
Can't say no to Saria, huh? How is it?
甘くて美味しいわ。
Glad to hear that.
ありがとう。
Man. Koi fans are eating good today.
次はサリアの番ね。
いえ、自分で食べられるから大丈夫ですよ。
まさきにはさせてあげたのに、サリアにはさせてくれないの？させてくれないの？
わかりました。
はい、
師匠、桃缶買って。
Whoa, I'm sure this is a sight to behold.
何してるんですか？
今宵にパンケーキ食べさせてあげてるの。今宵甘えん坊。
違うの、これには事情が。面白そうだから僕も食べさせて。
Oh boy.
セリカがやるなら私も。
Bro, what if the Nostra dudes end up in this room as well and they start feeding Koyoi? If that happens, I would lose it.
じゃあ順番こね。
お嬢様待ってください。
ひいきはダメなんだよ、今宵。はい、あんして。
ごちそうさまでした。
じゃあサリアはお片付けしてくるね。
Oh, no, let me handle that.
サリアがする。
ちょっとでも役に立ちたくて片付けを手伝うサリアちゃん、かわいいな。エルルン、どうかした？
いえ、
もっと今宵にあんしてあげたかった？
違うので安心してください。今宵とサリアの楽しそうな姿を見てたら R のことを考えてしまって。
Mm.
R？
私の妹です。今は事情があって一緒にいないんですが。
Well, I suppose it would make sense that there were times where L and R did kind of act like actual sisters. But sadly, yeah, that's not the type of person R is right now. R is, well, very off kilter.
私たち姉妹も状況が違えば 今宵たちのようにパンケーキを一緒に食べながら楽しくお話できたのかなと思って。
友達のように仲のいい姉妹って理想だよね。私とお嬢様は姉妹じゃないわよ。
But you act like it though.
傍目から見たら二人は姉妹そのもの。
She's right. You look like a kind, caring older sister, Koyoi. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this back in the last playthrough or two. Like they kind of have like a sister relationship. I feel like that's one of the things I've said.
さっきみたいに立場が逆転して甘えん坊になるのも萌えポイント。
死にたい。
Don't be so dramatic.
感される側の恥ずかしさを知らないからそんなこと言えるのよ。
それは今宵もマスターにあんをしたいということですか？
I mean, to be fair, Koyoi, you should just go ahead and eat the pancakes yourself.
もう好きに解釈して。あらら、元気なくなっちゃった。
I mean, if you just admitted that you were the one that was hungry, then all this could have been avoided.
なら次は桃缶を食べさせて元気になってもらおう。
じゃ、缶詰開けるね。身幅には鬼畜な人しかいないの？
In a way, yeah, probably. Calm down, everyone. Koi is still recovering, so we need to let her rest up.
いや、あなたが元凶なんだけど。
では私たちは戻りますね。
Okay,
師匠は戻らないんですか？
I need to talk to Koi about something.
わかった。
今宵ゆっくり休んでください。
ありがとう。
Whoa, we got a new OST. It's called R, or Are. A-R-E. Well, maybe we can have a proper conversation now that it's quiet.
わざわざ人払いしてまで話すことって何かしら？
You mentioned before that you dreamed of that time. Do you think you'll still be able to shoot even after having that dream?
どういうこと？
I've seen plenty of people lose the ability to shoot when some old suppressed trauma resurfaces.
そういうこと。私なら大丈夫よ。だって私が今のスタイルで銃を撃つようになったのはそのトラウマが原因だから。
Do you mind explaining?
楽しい話じゃないけど聞く？
I'd like you to tell me if you don't mind talking about it.
分かったわ。
Alright, we're gonna get some backstory. It is backstory time. I only had one person who I considered family. Mom. Oh, by the way, this track right now is called Soles of My Shoes. She was a single mother, and our household was anything but wealthy. Still, I never really considered myself unfortunate. I remember one time I asked my mom home economics. I remember one time I asked my home economics teacher how I made a hair scrunchie for my mom. She was really happy when I gave it to her, even though it wasn't really well made. When Mom gave me a hair ribbon in return, I started wearing it every day. It was my treasure. I'm guessing that's the hair ribbon the white one she's wearing right now. She loved to see me wear it, and I loved seeing her so happy. We laughed and smiled together every day. The outside observer, our happiness may have looked insignificant, but to me, it was my whole world. I thought those happy times would last forever. One day, they suddenly came to an end. Yep, they suddenly came to an end. In fact, this whole sentence can probably describe the backstories of a lot of Grisaia characters. The day started like any other. I went to school in the morning, came back home in the afternoon. When I got there, I was greeted by an unfamiliar scent. Had I come to the wrong apartment?
やあ、おかえり。
Oh shit. Man's voice called out to me. I turned to look at him. Ooh, now that, ugh. Now that is a gut-wrenching scream. The masked man was pinning my mom down to the floor. She looked completely different. She was gagged with a towel and her clothes were covered in blood.
いたぶるの楽しすぎて時間かけすぎたな。
What's going on? Oh, man. Mom? Oh, man. Is this, like... is this someone with a grudge against Koya's mom? Or is it just some psycho that gets his rocks off of torturing women? I wasn't sure what was happening. My mind couldn't catch up. Mom was trying to scream something through the towel, trying to tell me something. Just as I thought I could make out what the sounds coming from her mouth meant, she went quiet. Saw the light disappear from her eyes. The pool of blood around her grew larger by the second, and the unfamiliar scent grew stronger.
お母さんねえ、お母さん。
君のお母さんは
For that moment, the scene before my eyes hadn't felt real. But the man's statement suddenly filled me with fear.
次は君の番だ。
やだ、来ないで。
Threw my bag at the man, then I picked up some shoes and threw those at him too. I was shaking too much to aim, and one of the shoes hit the window instead, shattering the glass.
その怯えた顔、たまらないね。
With the knife in hand, the man slowly came closer.
隣のものですけど、大丈夫ですか？さっきすごい音がしましたけど。
When I turned to where the voice came from, I realized that the door was open, and then I fled.
身寄りもなく孤児になった私は廃工場で男の影に怯えながら過ごしていたの。その廃工場はどこかの組織が裏取引の場所として使っていたらしくて、彼らを追っていたソードの人に私は保護されたわ。そうして私は名前を変え銃を握ることとなったのだけれど、銃を人に向けると死んだお母さんの顔が浮かんでどうしても撃てなかった。訓練を1年続けてもその欠陥が治すことができなかった。そんな私に与えられた初めての任務は、ソードが殺した男が身内に情報を漏らしていないか調べることだった。
I approached his family under the guise of somebody who felt in debt to the man. Using the information Sir's has provided me, I was able to gain the family's trust. It seemed that the man had been a good father to his family. He had a daughter about my age. She burst into tears when I told her my story. When I saw her like that, I was reminded of my late mother. I hurriedly excused myself and left the room. Then I threw up. Images of my mother and of the grieving girl were etched into my heart. After that, my shooting got even worse. If I kill this person, will the others grieve for them just like that girl and I have grieved for our loved ones?
どうしてもそう考えてしまうの。甘いって自分でも分かってる。それでもどうしても脳裏をよぎって引き金を引くのが遅れる。
So that's why you train yourself to neutralize enemies without killing them.
正直自分がやっていることは私のエゴなんじゃないかって迷う時もある。私が無力化しても誰かが殺すし意味ないんじゃないかって銃を握るたびに考える。でもね、ある人が言ってくれたの。敵を殺さないことによって得られる情報もある。だから意味がないことなんてない。ちゃんと価値があるって。
Is
行
that...
動訓練の時にあなたが私に言ってくれた言葉。あなたの言葉で私の迷いは消えて前に進むことができた。だから銃が撃てなくなることはないわ。一瞬でも迷えば 狙いがずれて相手を殺してしまうかもしれないし、そんなことをしたらあなたが認めてくれた私の価値はなくなってしまうから。
I see. Sorry for forcing you to bring up those painful
気に
memories.
しないで。この世界じゃ別に普通の話でしょ。
Sadly, yes. He's right. Many of Sword's members have similarly painful stories to tell. Koi is the only person I know who has managed to remain in Sword without ever killing anybody. She has perfected the skills to strike a balance between her job and her personal convictions. However, I'm worried about what would happen to her if this balance were ever broken. Hmm.
おはよう、まさき。
So I guess. Hold on. As if a man who had been killed. So I guess we never found out who exactly killed the mother. I guess it's just some psycho who decided who got his rocks off of torturing women. And I guess she never found did she ever find justice for her mom's killer? That's what I wanted to figure out. I guess the killer is the killer still at large? That would suck if he was. Good morning. You're back up and running today.
いろいろと心配かけたわね。久しぶりのトレーニングだし、何をしようか迷うわね。
Alright, this is probably gonna be the last scene. And then I'm gonna. Yeah, this is probably gonna be my last scene for this playthrough. Cora gave me a questioning look as she speaks. Right, she must be curious if we'll be doing any spying today. You were out of commission for a while, so why don't you start by doing some light stretches and going for a jog outside?
確かにそうね。仕事の時に今まで通り動けないと困るから、いろいろと試してみるわ。まさきはどうするの？
I don't have to worry about you anymore, so I think I'll continue my work like usual.
頑張って。
Thanks. I have to make up for the time I lost while sitting at Koya's bedside.
マスター、有馬さんの部屋に潜入しました。
Okay, well, I didn't expect the scene to be that short. Okay, maybe after this scene, if it's a bit longer. Okay. Do you see anything that might provide us with any information?
そうですね。すぐに目につくのは、デスクの上に置いてあるパソコンくらいでしょうか。
He left his laptop out in the open, huh? I recall the incident surrounding Chihara-san's laptops. Can you check if you can find any other computers just in case?
了解です。デスク周りを一通り確認しましたけど、特にはありませんでした。
Okay, then follow the plan and insert the USB stick I gave you. Okay, so it's L doing the honors this time. I'll check the data once it's transferred. Can you investigate the rest of the room in the meantime, please?
わかりました。
After a few moments, the data starts flowing in. After quickly checking the format and size of the files, I'll start by opening the ones that catch my attention first. These are architectural drawings? It's on a far different scale than the floor plans of rivaling organizations' headquarters that I've seen before. Nostra has been using the land that they took from other organizations, so it wouldn't be strange for there to be data on hotels and other commercial facilities. However, not even Koi, who infiltrated Nostra long before us, has come across any floor plans or other relevant data. Is this simply a scheme of a business partner's project that Nostra is keeping for archiving purposes. But I've never once seen Arima-san contacting any of these business partners. Could he be working on something behind our backs? Just like how Chiara-san usually works at night? Behind our backs. I'm trying to remember what was in Nostra's personal file that I read through before. Arima Shoji, Nostra's intel gathering specialist. He is also the one. He is also the only explosive specialist in Nostra's ranks. Or so I was told, but Boy reported that she has never seen him use any bombs while he's on the job. Maybe these aren't diagrams of facilities that Nostra plans to build on their newly obtained land, but rather... What's wrong? Watches? When I was still on active duty, one of my team members used to wear a different watch every couple of weeks. When I asked him if he collected watches as a hobby, he said, "I'm wearing watches that I got from bombs I've disassembled, kinda like a protective amulet." These days, it's so common to build bombs using digital watches that the market is overflowing with them. If you want one, I'll give it to you for free. Or something along those lines. If the watches L found in the closet are intended for the same purpose, then the floor plans on the laptop might be depicting potential bombing targets. That possibility raises some new questions though. L, put everything back the way you found it and leave the room. I shut my laptop and quickly head downstairs. Oh, no, sorry, not. Arata might be having some sort of revelation going on here. Well, we'll see what that is in the next playthrough, because this is a good place to stop. Alright, well, Well, a lot of things just happened. Mostly around Koyoi. I feel like we got a lot of Koyoi focus in this playthrough. Considering her getting hypothermia and her getting fed pancakes and yeah, and also that, you know, the mention of her past as well. Which is, of course, very disturbing. But that's pretty much a given at this point because, you know, pretty much all Grisaia, like, girls and main protagonists have dark backstories. I mean, Koryo's backstory it's not the most disturbing backstory in the Grisaia series because, well, let's be real, Amai's backstory still takes the cake. In that regard, but it's still very tragic, especially considering the fact that we still don't know who exactly like killed Arya, like Koryo's mom, and for what reason. I guess we are led to believe it's just some sick motherfucker that decided to just break into her home and kill and torture Koryo's mom. It's really disturbing. I mean, because, you know, there are people like that out there that have seemingly no rhyme or reason to do what they do. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys next time.